So, right, I'm sure Roger and Pip will join us in a minute. Okay, in which case, welcome everybody, and I hope you're keeping well. The first item on the agenda is apologies. I understand we have three.
Yes, Madam Mayor, I've got three apologies. So I've got apologies from Councillor Farmer, who is on holiday, Councillor Priggan, who has had to deal with an urgent family matter, and I've had apologies from Councillor Ellis, who has been held up in another meeting prior to this and will no longer be able to attend. So I would ask that you would resolve to accept those apologies.
Can I just actually correct you, I think, on Councillor Farmer, she's at an audit meeting at District.
Oh, sorry. My bad. I'll think about something else.
All right. Can I have a show of hands, please, to accept the apologies? So everyone present, I haven't got a screen for Pip, and she's muted, so I'm not sure if she's here or not. Don't know how to call that one, to be honest with you.
I think, Chair, I saw Pip on the last session, so I know she's certainly been involved in the previous meeting. I haven't seen her in this, nor have I seen. I can't see Councillor Drake either. So no. I haven't had any apologies from Councillor Drake. Okay.
Well, we've got a majority to accept the apology, so I suggest we do. Okay. Item 2, declarations of interest. I'd like to know if anyone has one that they would like to make. I'd also like to ask the town clerk to clarify the different declarations that you can make.
Yes, sure, Madam Mayor. So in terms of declarations of interest, as I will always say, it is up to individual councillors to decide whether they have a declaration and whether that's a personal interest and whether it's a pecuniary or non-pecuniary interest. I know that there may have been some discussions around the asset transfer. We tend to have a discussion around that, around declarations of interest. And so if it's useful just to clarify some points on that to help individual councillors potentially decide their view on whether they've got an interest or not. So in my view, a district councillor would have a personal interest in item 9.1. However, they wouldn't automatically have a pecuniary interest just because they're a district councillor. The Code of Conduct, which the personal interest and pecuniary interest is quite clear on, sets out some descriptions and definitions within which covers the pecuniary interests. And I think in the context of this meeting, particular item, there are 3 descriptions that I think are potentially relevant. And I flag in case they are of use to any councillor wishing to consider an interest. So the first is employment, office, trade, profession or vocation. And the description for this is that any employment, office, trade, profession or vocation carried out on a for-profit or gain basis would be a pecuniary interest. Secondly, in relation to contracts, sorry, Chair, I'm just going to admit Councillor Drake. In terms of contracts, any contract which is made between the relevant person or a body in which the relevant person has a beneficial interest and the relevant authority under which goods or services are to be provided for works are to be executed and under which has not been fully discharged. In this example, the body in which a relevant person has a beneficial interest is a firm in which the relevant person is a partner or a body corporate of which the relevant person is a director or has securities in. And then the third description that might be relevant is around land. So any individual that has a beneficial interest in land which is within the area of the relevant authority. So those are the definitions within the pecuniary interest part of the Code of Conduct. It's fair to say that there isn't any recent case law that settles decisively on what is and what isn't pecuniary and personal. And as I mentioned at the start, it is up to each individual councillor to decide whether they have an interest or not. Having looked back at the previous discussion on this matter in July, all district councillors at that point declared a personal non-pecuniary interest. And having looked back at previous decisions in relation to transfer of assets, it's fair to say there's a mix between district councillors, where obviously the land relates to the district council. Some have declared pecuniary and some have declared a non-pecuniary. So hopefully that's useful context, Madam Mayor.
Thank you very much. In which case, can I see again, Councillor Cowley, you had your hand up first.
Hi, yes, Madam Mayor. I need to declare a personal pecuniary interest in item 8.4 surrounding the boundary review. As part of my employment, I've been putting together the Conservative group proposal at St Albans City and District Council. So I need to declare a personal pecuniary interest.
Thank you very much. Next hand I see is Councillor Butterworth, followed by Councillor Maynard.
Madam Mayor, thank you very much. This is in relation to the land transfer as the Town Council and the Town Clerk anticipated. I have a personal non-pecuniary interest as a member of St Albans District Council, and in particular, in my case, the chair of the Rotherham Park Management Committee of that council. But for the record, I'd like to add that I confirm I have no inside knowledge of the negotiating stance of St Albans Council towards the proposed transfer of Rotherham Park or other assets to Hartlepool Town Council. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councillor Maynard.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to declare a personal non-pecuniary interest in item 9.1, devolution of assets from SADC, as a member of St Albans District Council, but also as the previous chair of Rothamsted Park Management Committee.
Thank you. Councillor Cousin.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yeah, well, it's the same for me as the previous two councillors. I'd like to declare a personal non-pecuniary interest in item 9.1 as a district councillor for Harpenden North.
And now I've got Councillor Paul, followed by Councillor Heritage.
Yes, thank you, Madam Mayor. Similarly, on 9.1, the land transfer, I declare a personal non-pecuniary interest as a district councillor, and I believe that allows me to take part in debate if I so wish and also vote. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Heritage.
I wish to declare a personal non-pecuniary interest in item 9.1 as a district councillor. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Scriven.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to declare a personal non-pecuniary interest as a member of Park, and that's for item 9.1, devolution of assets.
Thank you. I think that's all the declarations.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So just to confirm in relation to Councillor Cowley on item 8.4, Councillor Cowley will have the opportunity to make a representation at the start of that item as it's taken under public business. And then if he wishes to make a representation, he can do, and then he'll be moved into the waiting room for the duration of that item, and then I will virtually collect him at the end and bring him back in.
Thank you. Okay, I think we're clear on that one. So we move to item 3, which is Mayor's report and urgent items. I have no urgent items. I could report that we had a pet photo competition, which produced some very cute winners. And the next Mayor's charity competition is a pumpkin carving competition. So I'm sure you're all waiting with bated breath to see what comes out of that one. Item 4, public questions in accordance with Standing Order 22.
None received, Madam Mayor.
Item 5, questions which have previously been submitted by members of the Council.
Again, none received, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Item 6, minutes of the Council meeting held on the 28th July 2020. Are we minded to confirm the minutes? I think that's everyone. Thank you very much. And now we move to 7.7, minutes of committees and working parties reporting to the Council. First one is 7.1, Corporate Policy and Finance Committee. Councillor Maynard.
I would like to present the minutes of the Corporate Policy and Finance Committee, which was held on the 9th of September 2020 and is circulated and presented on pages 7 to 10 of this report.
There are no recommendations to Council.
There are no recommendations to council.
Thank you. Item 7.2, Human Resources Committee, was going to be Councillor Ellis, but as he's had to give his apologies, I will do them. I don't think there are any recommendations to council. Then we move to 7.3, which is the Planning Committee. Councillor Cowley.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to present the minutes of the Planning Committee meetings held on the 4th of August, the 25th of August and the 15th of September, which have been previously circulated. I do not believe there were any recommendations to council.
Thank you very much. Okay, we now move to officers' reports. So 8.1 is Forward Planner and Resolution Tracker. And for this one, we are asked to 2.1.1, note and approve, subject to any comments or amendments, the Forward Planner attached to Appendix A. 2.1.2, note the resolution tracker attached to Appendix B and approve the removal of those resolutions marked complete. Do we have any comments or amendments? I don't see any. In which case, are we minded to go straight to the vote? 2.1.1, 2.1.2. That looks unanimous to me. Thank you. The next one is item 8.2, revised budget. And one recommendation, which is to note this estimated financial impact outlined in this report, and this is subject to change as the government makes further policy announcements. Do we have any comments or questions? No? In which case, are we minded to just note the report? Thank you very much. The next item is item 8.3, Capital Improvement Programme. We have one recommendation again. Council is asked to note and approve the timescales for the delivery of the project set out in Appendix A. Any comments or questions? No? I think it looks an exciting plan, so I look forward to this, but if you're minded to accept, please note and show your approval. Thank you very much. Item 8.4, the recommendation is Council is asked to note the content of the review report and agree any response to the Harpenden elements of the consultation. So if Councillor Cowley wishes to make a comment, he can do so now, and then the Town Clerk will remove you from the meeting.
I have no comment to make, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, well, congratulations to everybody who waded all the way through this. I think basically what it boils down to is there's very little impact on Harpenden itself. The proposed boundary changes, the next move that the Town Council could make would be to ask to make sure that the boundaries and the ward district, the boundaries for both are the same, which would be a sensible position, I think. But at the moment, does anybody have a comment that they would like to make? No? So we're noting the content. Do we have a response that we wish to make, or are we happy to leave it as it is? I'm going to take that we're happy not to comment. Okay, in which case, can I just have a show of hands for noting? Thank you very much. Councillor Cowley can come back now. Welcome back. Okay, the next agenda item is 8.5, which is the business plan update. And in this one, just the one recommendation again. 2.1, Council is asked to note the high-level updates against the business plan set out in Appendix A. Do I have any comments or questions? No. Again, I think some exciting things coming up, but if we're minded to note, please give a show of hands. Great, thank you very much. In which case we now move to item 9, to resolve to move into exempt business. Those in favour, please show. I think that was everybody.
Yeah,
Lovely.
thank you, Madam Mayor. Madam Mayor, I'll just stop the recording on this at this moment.